Hi to all, welcome to my second class on basic geometrical ideas. In today's class I am going to discuss about curves. Now, if I give you a pen and paper and I am asking you to do some doodlings, that means you have to draw any figure. So, without lifting your pen, you can draw figures like this. Can't you? Here you can draw like this also, and here a line segment also. In this way you can draw many pictures. These all pictures we can call it as curves, that's all. Usually curves means a bending, but in mathematics it can be a straight line also. Now let me draw two curves. One, this is a curve. Let me draw another curve. What is the difference between these two? Here in first curve it does not cross it, but here in the second it crosses many places. The curve which does not cross we can call it as simple curve. Simple curve. So how can you define simple curve? A simple curve, if a curve does not cross itself, then it is called a simple curve. Can you draw simple curves? If you can, you draw three simple curves and three curves that are not simple. How will you? If you cross itself, it is not simple. If without crossing, if you draw any curve, like this is not crossing, this also not crossing, but here if you draw in this way, the last one is not simple. Now let me take two more curves. Here this is a curve, and let me take one more. This also a curve. What is the difference between these two? Here it starts in one point, ends in a different point. But here we started from here and it reaches here. It reaches in the same point. So the first case we can call it as open curve. Then what will be the second one? Yes, of course, it is closed curve. So there are two types of curves. One is open and another is closed. So we can define an open curve as an open curve is a curve where the beginning and end points are different, whereas a closed curve whose beginning and end points are same. So closed means beginning and end points are same. You are starting in a point and reaching into the same point, whereas an open curve starting and ending are in different points. If it is so, can you draw three closed curves and three open curves? Do it. Now let us discuss position in a figure. That is, let me draw a curve. This is a curve. Here, this curve, it is a closed curve and it divides this plane into three parts. What are they? One is the space outside this curve and the other is inside the curve. And where is the third one? It is on this curve. That means if I take a point here, it is A. A is outside of this curve. This point we can call it as exterior point. E-X-T-E-R-I-O-R. Exterior point. Then if I take another point B here, it is inside the curve. This inside portion we can call it as interior. I-N-T-E-R-I-O. Interior of the curve. Now if I take a point here, let that point be C. Where it is? Is it outside or is it exterior or is it interior? No, it is on the boundary of that curve, or this point we can call it as C is on the curve. So three portions are there. One is exterior, another is interior, and the third one is on the curve. That we can write it as. So we can write in a closed curve there are three parts. One is interior, another is boundary, or the third one is exterior. Interior means inside, boundary means on the curve, and exterior means outside the curve. Now let us look at some questions. Here some figures are given. Classify the following curves as open or closed. By looking at the figure, you can easily identify which are open and which are closed. Next is draw rough diagrams to illustrate the following. You have to draw some diagrams which is open curve, one or two figures you can draw, and some closed curve. That's all for today's class. Have a nice day.